Remember names. Pam, how you doing? I didn't get her name right when she walked in. And then Doug and Mike and Carl and Pat. Welcome. Ready to do some Tai Chi? All right. Stand up. Let's have some fun. That door closed? No, it's not. Don't want anyone sneaking in, right? By the way, it does not bother me if you have to come late to class, all right? If you have to leave early, just let me know ahead of time if you need to leave early, all right? Just so I know that you're okay. But coming in late, leaving early does not bother me. Even if you can only do like a half an hour of Tai Chi, that's better than nothing at all, okay? And I only ask that you let me know before you leave. Like if you have to leave early, just let me know that you're okay. All right. Even if like in the class, if you're like, oh, all of a sudden, oh, I've got to use the restroom as you go out, just give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're okay. All right. I had one lady who walked out of class one time and then I was watching her. It looked like she was doing well. And she walked out of class and I heard it was in an old school and I heard a clank and she had walking. She'd walked out of class and like fallen against the lockers and slid down to the ground. So if you're not feeling good, let me know because then I can help you. Okay. All right. Right hand, fist, power. Left hand, fingers together, friendship. Tucking the thumb, humility. And the fist goes into the palm and we say, welcome. Thanks for being here today. We're going to do some deep breathing to get us started. Standing in the Wuji position. My feet are shoulder or hip distance apart. With a nice gentle bend in the knees, tuck in the tailbone. Head is lifted by a silk thread. So we have good straight body posture and good straight body posture. And let's breathe from the belly. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Push the hands in front of us next. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, push the palms forward. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Welcome. Houston, we got a chair for you right here. Sue, I didn't set up anything for you. Arms over the head next. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, palms towards the ceiling. Inhale and exhale. Big, deep belly breath in and long, slow breath out. I set up so you had to crawl over the chairs. So. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Arms to the side. Inhale to the heart. Exhale, pushing the palms out. Fingertips up. Inhale and exhale. Pardon me. Deep belly breath in. Long, slow breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Arms in the diagonals. Inhale to the heart. Left hand up, right hand down as we exhale. Inhale to the heart. Right up, left down, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale to the heart. One more time each side. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. And I didn't have to remind anyone to keep looking straight ahead. Inhale. Exhale. Relax the hands down. Flap the arms like bird wings. Remember, as we bring our hands over our head, we want to make sure our feet are well planted. So as your hands go up, think sinking down onto your feet simultaneously, all right? Inhale, big, deep belly breath in. And then long, slow breath out. Good reach. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And lastly, gathering chi. Big, deep belly breath in. Keep looking straight in front of you as you do this. Exhale, relax the hands down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. There you have it. That's our breathing exercises. I just thought of something. Believe it or not, I do think. Would one or both of you like to give a commercial about the upcoming walk? Yeah. The walk is coming in less than a month. We're down to like 30 days, 29 or 30 days. Yeah, less. Yesterday was a month, right?
Yeah, so I know some of you heard me, and I must sound like a broken record at this point in time, but 1 month left to the walk on October 8th at Logan University, and we are looking to have more people sign up for the walk. It's a great event. I love it because you get to connect with so many people in our it's a fun time.
It is.
Greg makes it fun.
I try.
Things moving, playing some music, and we are going to have live music from the brothers Lazarov. And if you have grandkids, they have face painting and balloon animals and stuff like that they're going to do. So it'll be fun and make it a family affair. Bring your friends and all. It's our biggest fundraiser. It helps. Yes.
I try to sign up and say that my email was already used. So what do I do?
I'd like to send a number. I found that, like, I signed, like, family members up from prior years, and I forgot what I used to sign them up. Just add a digit or something in.
So instead of Mike, instead of Mike, make it like Mike 1 or Mike 100 or something like that.
Yeah. And that does it. I think, I don't know if you can log in to find out what your password was from last year.
My password was my email address.
Well, again, change it by add a digit or well, you should be in the system already. Why it comes up like that, I don't know. And I'll see if I can find something out. Maybe they can send a blast out for what the issue is.
It's one of the quirks of technology.
Yeah, it is. The donor drive thing is a little quirky sometimes. But anyways, anybody have any questions? It's a great event, fun.
And I'm going to be starting a Tai Chi team. I haven't done it yet. And in the past, like Melissa set it up for me. So
Definitely contact her.
Okay, maybe I need to do that. So, but I have a Tai Chi team as a fundraising team. You can make your own fundraising team if you want, but it does support these programs that we're doing right here. So it is an important fundraising event.
And Doug's done a little promo video that they'll be sending out at some point, but I can't, he said in the end, he doesn't know if he's gonna be walking or rolling over the finish line, but he's gonna be there.
There you go.
All right,
All right.
thank you.
Thanks for doing that. Appreciate it. Figure I'd get an expert in to tell you about the walk so she could answer questions just like that. So, all right, warm up exercises next, starting with the neck and moving down from there. That way they can, thanks. Starting with the neck, chin tuck, keep the chin level. By the way, we went through names already. This is Houston and Sue. So we have Pamela, Doug, Mike, Houston, Sue, Carl, and Pat. And I'm Steve. All right, chin tuck. Float the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin, looking straight ahead. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and sink the chin to the chest. Again, we float the hands up in front of us, keep looking straight ahead, tucking in the chin, stretch on the back of the neck. Good job. Hands come out, chin gently floats up, and sink the chin to the chest. Beautiful. One more time. We float the hands up in front of us. Hands to the chest, tucking in the chin. Feel that beautiful stretch on the back of the neck. Hands come out, the chin gently floats up, and sink the chin to the chest. Beautiful. Next neck exercise, looking side to side. Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand is on top. Watch the right hand going over the right shoulder. Look to the right, gently push down on the left. And come back to center. Prayer hands. Tai Chi ball, now the right hand is on top. Watch the left hand going over the left shoulder. Look to the left, push down on the right. And come back to center. Tai Chi ball, left hand on top. Watch the right hand going over the right shoulder. Look right, push down left. Come back to center. Prayer hands. Tai Chi ball, right hand on top. Left hand, left shoulder, looking left, gently pushing down on the right. And come back to center. One more time. Good job, everybody. Tai Chi ball, excuse me, left hand on top. Right hand over the right shoulder. I'm looking to the right, pushing down on the left. Come back to prayer hands. Now the right hand is on top. Watch the left hand going over the left shoulder. Look left, gently push down on the right. And come back to center. Relax the hands down. Forward shoulder circles. Bring the shoulders back, up, forward, and down. This can be very noisy sometimes. Shoulders back, up, forward, and down. One more time. Back, up, forward, and down. Now reverse. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. One more time. Forward, up, back, and down. Excellent. Gathering chi, we're gently reaching for infinity. Hang on one second. I need to adjust my mic after that one. All right. Gathering chi, reaching for infinity. Imagine someone's gently pulling at your wrist. So we're going to inhale, gently reaching out, reaching up. And relax the hands down. Again, gently, we're reaching out, reaching up, beautiful stretch. And relax the hands down. One more time. Gently reaching out, reaching up, beautiful stretch. And relax the hands down. Good job. Touching heaven and earth, lifting the head up by the silk thread. Not polyester, silk. Prayer hand position. Left hand pushes up, right hand pushes down, stretching the spine. And come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, again, gently stretching the spine. And come back to center. Nice and slow. Left hand up, right hand down, float the head gently to the ceiling. And come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And come back to center. Relax the hands down for just a minute. Pardon me. So imagine I'm holding onto a rubber band, all right? And it's not a band, actually. It's like a straight line, all right? And I'm wanting to stretch that rubber band. So if I don't hold on to it at the bottom and just pull up, it's not going to stretch. It's going to move, but it's not going to stretch, right? So to really stretch it, I have to anchor it to something at the bottom. So I hold on to the bottom part, and that allows me to stretch it, all right? Your spine is the same way. If I lift, if I'm in the Wuji position and I lift my head, but lifting the knees simultaneously, I'm not stretching the spine, all right? So this is one of the reasons as we tuck in the pelvis, that anchors our spine at the bottom, and then we lift the head up by the silk thread. That gives me the stretch that I need, and my knees don't change. Because again, I can tuck in the pelvis, but if I lift the knees at the same time I lift my head, I'm not stretching my spine. So I keep the knees bent. I don't change the bend on my knees, but I tuck in the pelvis, and then I lift my head up by the silk thread. And you'll get a much better stretch, all right? Always have to have something to anchor it to, okay? Or if you're seated, you get to anchor it to the chair. So, cheater. Let's try that. Prayer hand position. Left hand up, right hand down, stretching the spine. And come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, again, stretch that spine. And come back to center. Left hand up, right hand down, float the head gently to the ceiling. Come back to center. Right hand up, left hand down, gently stretching the spine. And come back to center. Relax the hands down. Excellent. Carrying the ball side to side, not moving the hips, just turning the upper body. Prayer hand position. Tai Chi ball, left hand on top, gently turn to the left. We turn the ball over, right hand's on top, and gently turn to the right. Stay on the right as we turn the ball over, left hand is on top, gently turn to the left. Try to not move the hips, just turn the upper body. Turning the ball over, right hand is on top, gently turn to the right. Turning the ball over, left hand's on top, gently turn to the left. Turn the ball over, right hand is on top, and gently turn to the right. And then we turn the ball over, we come back to center, and relax the hands down. Excellent. All right, we're gonna step outside the warm-up exercises. We'll do a leg strengthening exercise, and then we'll have a seat, okay? Yay! Wow, Craig, that sounds awesome. All right, concentrate on keeping the knee bent and keeping the upper body nice and straight as you do this exercise, all right? And you can simulate when you're seated, you can simulate your weight being on a foot by pushing down on the foot, all right? So we weight shift left with a bend in the left knee, right foot, cat stance. Use the chair if you need to help you. Tap right toe to the front, empty. And cat stance, keeping all the weight left. Tap right toe out to the side and return to the cat stance. Keep a bend in that left knee. Tap right toe behind us, keeping plenty of space between the feet. And cat stance. And back to Wu Ji. Use that chair to help you. Weight shifts right, bend in the right knee. Yeah, those chairs don't slide easy, do they? Tap, left toe next to the right foot, left cat stance. Tap, left toe to the front, empty. Keep plenty of space between your feet as you do this. Return to the cat stance. Tap, left toe out to the side. And cat stance. And then left foot behind us, keep your weight forward on the right. Keep plenty of space between your feet as you do this. Cat stance. And return to Wu Ji. See? Isn't that fun? Should have been cheering for that one, right? All right, there's a second chapter to that one. I won't do it. I don't want to wear your legs out. But I'm hoping that we eventually get to the second chapter of that exercise also. Okay? But again, I don't want to wear your legs out. I want you to come out of here feeling revived, not exhausted. Okay? All right, so let's have a seat. And I'm going to grab a chair without arms on it. So earlier this week, my wife told me to quit acting like a flamingo. So I put my foot down. Boom. See, my kids are out of town, so you guys have to pay the price for the jokes. Hey, you guys are doing a pretty good job. Sitting Tai Chi style. Sit up on the edge of the chair. Feet flat on the floor. 90-degree bend, so our knees directly above our heel. Rock forward on the pelvis. Head lifted by a silk thread. Notice how if you sit like this, see how I'm not sitting with a straight posture? Here, I'm sitting with a straight posture, okay? It makes a big difference, all right? Keep practicing that. You'll get stronger and stronger. If you practice sitting like this, your core will start to get stronger and stronger. And having Parkinson's disease, do not ignore your core, all right? These are the foundational muscles your body is built on, just like the foundation of a house, all right? You want a strong foundation for your house. You want a strong foundation for your body, so keep your core strong. And one of the ways is to sit in this position. Again, it doesn't need to be a real long time, but you want to kind of do it a little bit every day, gradually increase it. Shouldn't be uncomfortable, but practice sitting this way, okay? When I first started doing seated Tai Chi, I was in my probably late 40s, and I couldn't sit this way for very long at all. And I was pretty active with doing stuff, but I couldn't sit this way for very long at all. I can sit this way for hours now. And the only difference is I just kept doing it. Okay? First hip exercise, we'll do our side-to-side hip exercise. So let's turn to the right-hand side of the chair. Knees are together. We're going to slide our left leg out. Try and keep the knee directly above the heel. Okay? So let's practice with just the leg first. So slide that left leg out. Feel that nice stretch. And back to center. I'm going to have to make it harder for you folks. Prayer hand position. I'm going to slide the left leg out and push against that imaginary wall on the right. Keep the knee above the heel. And come back to center. Again, slide the left leg out, push against that imaginary wall on the right. And come back to center. And one more time, slide the left leg out, push against that imaginary wall on the right, and come back to center. Relax the hands down. So if I show you a better way to do the hands, will you still promise to work your feet? Because a primary part of this exercise is the feet, is doing this. but everyone looks like they're doing really well with that. So we can work on perfecting the hands a little bit, all right? And this is kind of a standard type thing. So I'm going to face forward, right? So I'm going to face forward. I'm still going to do it like I'm to the right. So if I'm pushing against the wall on the right, I extend my right hand out, palm facing the ground, or if it's comfortable, rotate so the palm is out. So you just imagine there's a wall right here, and you're kind of pressing against the wall. And then my left hand comes up underneath the elbow and pushes against that wall. So if you imagine I'm sitting here, the right hand goes out, pushes against the wall, and the left hand comes right underneath of it, okay? You don't have to rotate the palm out. If that causes your shoulder that you feel like you want to do this, then don't do that. Just leave the palm facing down. But when we have the arm and shoulder flexibility, we should be able to rotate the palm out, and then the left hand comes right in underneath the elbow, okay? And as we do the other side, left hand comes out, rotate the palm out, right hand right underneath that elbow, okay? All right, this is a very standard position. You're holding on to somebody's wrist, you're pushing on their elbow. It's an arm lock. It's quite common for like martial arts. Like if someone's wanting to harm you, they're going to reach in to you. So you grab onto the wrist and you push on their elbow. And all of a sudden, they're reaching for you. You grab the wrist and pull towards you, which they're not expecting. So as you pull towards you, they're going to start pulling away, and then you push on their elbow, and all of a sudden you have their complete attention. So there's so many fun things like that, because when somebody's reaching towards you, as you pull them towards you, that's the last thing they expect, right? They expect you to push away from them. You pull towards you, then they start leaning away. And there's lots of different things you can do at that point. I mean, if they're pulling back really hard, just push them a little bit and they'll go flying. It's kind of funny. All right, other side. Knees together, left hand side of the chair. We're going to do the right leg. Let's just do the leg for one round and then we'll add the hands. So slide the right leg out, keeping the heel above the heel. How about the knee above the heel? And then come back to center. I was mirroring my body parts. Apparently, prayer hand position. Now let's add the hand. So I slide the right leg out, the left hand goes out, and the right hand tucks underneath that elbow. And I come back to center. I slide the right leg out, left hand goes out, right hand tucks underneath that elbow. And come back to center. One more time, slide the right leg out, left hand forward, right hand underneath the elbow. And come back to center. Relax the hands down, walk back to center. Excellent. That's the same exact motion when we do the standing version of this exercise. The hands do the very same thing as we do the standing version of this exercise. Okay? All right. Next exercise for the hip, 2 motions, lifting the leg up, pushing the foot down. Keep the body straight, keep the back straight, and keep that big smile on your face. Start with the left leg. Lift that left knee to the chest, hands behind us. Float the foot to the ground, hands in front of us, and push down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Lift the left knee to the chest, keeping the back and the body nice and straight, and relax. Hands in front of us, push down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Lift the left knee to the chest, keeping the back and the body straight, and relax. Hands in front of us, push down on the left foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Good job. Right side, lift the right knee to the chest. Keep the body nice and straight in this direction also, and relax. Hands in front of us, push down on the right foot, hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. Lift the right knee to the chest, keeping the back and the body straight, and relax. Hands in front of us, push down on the right foot, Hard as you can. Push, 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 and relax. One more time. Lift the right knee to the chest. The back and the body stay nice and straight. And relax. Then hands in front of us and push down on the right foot hard as you can. And relax. Beautiful. Make sure you pay attention to your body posture in this direction so you're not leaning to one side, okay? With Parkinson's, you'll find you have a rigid side and a weak side, and your body's going to want to start leaning towards that weak side, okay? So be cognizant of that and make sure that you're not leaning to the weak side, okay? All right. With I noticed with my mother, and it seems to be carrying on not just with her, especially when she was tired, is when she would lean to the weak side. So as the night went on, we get together for family stuff. As the night went on, she would start leaning towards her weak side. Okay, so just be really careful of that. And it's actually a good lesson for everyone with Parkinson's. When you're tired, slow down. Maybe you've been out with your family late and you're coming home and it's 11 o'clock at night and you're kind of tired. Be very careful with your steps at that point. Be very careful going up those, maybe you have a couple stairs to go up, from the garage into the house or something like that. Be really careful. Don't load yourself down with a bunch of stuff and try and walk in when you're tired. Get it in the morning, make several trips, have someone help you, okay? When you're tired, you're more likely to make a mistake. We don't want that to happen. Okay? So I sound like your mother? Only because I care about you, okay? All right. Moms used to always say that, right? All right. Heel kick is next. 4 motions. Pick the leg up, kick the leg out. My toe is up. It's a heel kick. Lift the leg up. Don't forget this step. Float the foot to the ground. Keep the body straight. Keep the back straight. Punch out the opposite hand and smile the whole time that you're doing it. All right? Hands loosely gripped to the belt line. Pick up the left leg. Heel kick left. Punch out the right fist. Pick up the left leg. Float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg. Heel kick right. Punch out the left fist. Pick up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. Pick up the left leg, heel kick left, punch out the right fist. Pick up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out the left fist. Pick up the right leg, float the foot to the ground. One more time. When you come back from kicking, make sure you let this foot hover over the floor before you set it down, all right? Pick up the left leg, heel kick left, punch out the right fist. Pick up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg, heel kick right, punch out the left fist. Pick up the right leg, let it hover, float it to the ground. Beautiful. Shake those legs loose. Good work, everybody. Water, more water. Water is a good thing. All right, toe kick. Same exercise. The only difference is now we're pointing our toe forward. Instead of pointing it up, we point our toe forward. Okay? Hands loosely gripped at the belt line. We're sitting up nice and straight and tall. Lift up that left leg. Toe kick left. Punch out the right fist. Pick up the left leg. Float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg. Toe kick right. Punch out the left fist. Pick up the right leg. Let it hover. Float to the ground. Pick up the left leg. Toe kick left. Punch out the right fist. Pick up the left leg. Let it hover over the ground. Float it to the ground. Pick up the right leg. Toe kick right. Punch out left fist. Pick up the right leg. Let it hover over the ground. Float it to the ground. 200 more times. Pick up the left leg. Toe kick left. Punch out right fist. Pick up the left leg. Float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg. Toe kick right. Punch out left fist. Bring it back. Let it hover. Float it to the ground. One more time. Pick up the left leg, toe kick left, punch out right fist. Pick up the left leg, float the foot to the ground. Pick up the right leg, toe kick right, punch out left fist. Pick up the right leg and float the foot to the ground. And now both feet simultaneously. No, just kidding. Don't do that. I was just kidding. You thought I was serious for a moment, didn't you? Sorry. She was going to throw a water bottle at me or something like that. All right. How's everybody feeling? Pretty good? That heel kick exercise, I encourage you to do that every day. Just do the heel kick. If you did it one time a day, 3 repetitions, that would be wonderful. If you do 3 times a day, 3 repetitions, that's awesome. Okay? So you decide if you want wonderful or awesome. Okay? Your choice on that one, but you want to be doing that, especially if you're like, wow, my leg, I'm really feeling my legs right now. That means your legs probably need a little bit more conditioning. And that's a really gentle way to condition your legs. I saw a gentleman, he did not have Parkinson's, but he had had a stroke. And let's just say his wife was very determined for him to get better. And so I talked about doing deep breathing every day, that heel kick exercise and the ankle exercise that we're about ready to do. And I said, do those like 3 times a day, 3 repetitions would be awesome. He did it. The first week after he did it, he was able to walk 10, he's like, watch this. And he walked 10 feet without using his walker. So, and he like needed help down the steps. He got down the steps better. Walked 10 feet without his walker. The second week, he walked pretty much the length of this room without his walker. That's the only thing he changed, was doing those 3 exercises 3 times a day. Okay? So there's a misconception that you have to exercise until you're dripping with sweat. That's not true. That's not true. I mean, you can feel the work it's done on your legs already. You just have to be dedicated and do that every day. Okay? All right. So stand if you're able. Let's do our ankle exercises. This is the other exercise love to see you do every day. Okay. So keep the knee bent, keep the body straight, and as you move make sure you're moving the ankle. I guess is a better way to put it. Make sure you're moving the ankle, that you're not doing this, because this, I'm turning my knee, but I'm not doing anything with my ankle. All right. Here, all the movements in the ankle. Okay. So weight shifts to the right, bend in the right knee, upper body stays straight, left foot, heel, and toe. Heel, and toe. Heel, toe, heel, toe. Make sure you're moving the ankle, not the leg. Heel, toe, heel, and toe. Weight shifts to the left with a bend in the left knee, right foot, heel, and toe. Heel, and toe. Heel, toe. Make sure you're moving the ankle, not the leg. Heel, toe, heel, toe. One more time. Heel, and toe. Excellent. Second ankle exercise, weight shifts to the right, left foot, little toe, and big toe. Outside of the foot and inside of the foot. Little toe, big toe, outside and inside. Weight shifts to the left, right foot, little toe, big toe, outside of the foot, inside of the foot. Little toe, big toe, corn, and bunion. Got that from a gentleman named Bill Pickett out in the eastern hills of Tennessee. Yeah, he's in Tennessee. So he says it's really funny because he's like, and you say corn, bunion. He's got that really thick Appalachian accent to it. All right, questions about those exercises? I have a list. Oh, I can't say that because my website's down right now. When my website gets back up, because I understand it's not working right now, I haven't had a chance to check into it. Um, but on my website, there is if you scroll down media section, it says document and training library. If you click that, there's a listing of the breathing exercises. There's a listing of the warm ups. It's not instructions, it's a list of it. But sometimes you just need to see the list and go, oh, yeah, spine, touching heaven and earth. That's this one, right? So when I get my website back up and working, that'll be there for you. All right. In my spare time, I'll get to that instead of going to the Cardinal games, right? My nephew was at the Cardinal. My nephew was umpiring the Cardinal the national series. Yeah, he was behind the plate on Monday. He was at first base yesterday. So I didn't get to go yesterday because I had to teach. So yeah. Yeah, Monday was a really good game, and yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, I got to. So it was kind of cool. I get seats through him, and the seats are really good seats. They're on that first level, but they're all the way up under the overhang, which is kind of nice, really. Um, but I sneak down to where the umpires come in so I can wave to them. And so in the last inning, the bottom of the ninth inning on Wednesday's game, I was sitting um, like 6 rows off the field, but right behind the plate. Yeah, it was really cool seeing that inning down close like that. Well, actually, there is. I'll show you if you're interested. I was down there with my daughter, and we were in close like that, waiting for him to come in. I said, "Come on down," because my youngest, who's away at college. I said, "Come on down with me." Um, and so we're standing there, and all of a sudden, my phone lights up. Her and I were on TV and didn't know it. And so we had friends going, "Hey, that's Craig," taking a picture of it and sending me the picture. So I've got the picture on my phone. Yeah. Yeah, you might have. All right, let's do one more exercise and then we'll do meditation. Okay. All right. So I really like this exercise for everybody, especially people with Parkinson's. All right. So we're going to shift all the way to one leg, keep a bend in that knee, keep the body straight. I'm going to tap the heel in front of me and tap the toe behind me. All right. I want you to hold on to your chair, use your chair. All right. Because I want you to get this muscle memory happening. All right. Two things. Number one, from this direction, make sure this perspective, make sure that you have plenty of space between your feet, that you're not doing this, instead doing this. All right. From this perspective, I have the bend in the knee, empty heel, empty toe. Notice I'm not leaning. Empty heel, empty toe, upper body staying straight. In fact, nothing's happening here with the upper body. All the movement's coming from the leg. Okay. And then the final thing is, and you may have to save this one till a little later when your balance improves, but as we touch empty heel and empty toe, it sometimes becomes, we'll just kind of swing the leg through. Instead, I'd like you to lift the knee, touch the heel, lift the knee, touch the toe. Okay. You may have to save that till later, but that's something that you want to work for. Okay. All right. Got all that? 20 things simultaneously. Got it. Yeah. Go. Huh? Forgot the arms. Yeah. Well, actually, there is a empty heel and empty toe. But I'd rather you hold on to the chair right now and get that muscle memory happening. Weight shifts to the right, empty left heel. And then lifting the knee, transition, empty left toe. Lift the knee as you transition, empty on the heel. Lift the knee as you transition, empty on the toe. One more time, empty heel and empty toe. And return to center. Other side, use that chair. Good work. All the weights left, bend in the left knee, right foot, empty heel and empty toe. Empty heel and empty toe. One more time, empty heel and empty toe. And back to center. Awesome. That one is a really good one to do at kitchen counters. Make a really good spot to do that one. Okay. Or hallways. because you have a wall on either side, so you can kind of, you don't lean against the wall, but you use the wall for balance on the one side as you do empty heel, empty toe, and use the wall on this side for empty heel and empty toe. Okay? All right, so let's have a seat. Let's do some meditation, shall we? I want to talk a little bit about breathing today before we get into meditation, because I realize that you guys have not been breathing, right? Actually, I had someone ask me one time, why do we always do breathing at the beginning of Tai Chi? And I said, well, you can go without food for weeks and weeks. I think the longest somebody's been without any food or any nutrition at all has been like over a month. You can go without water, depending on environmental condition. You can go days and days without water. I believe it's like 11 days, or some guy just recently out in Utah went without water for 11 days and survived. He was pinned under a rock and he drank his own urine to stay alive, but it worked. Yeah, I know it doesn't sound like fun, but he stayed alive. You can only go minutes without breathing. I mean, that's how important it is, okay? So when we breathe Tai Chi style, this is a really good thing to practice at home, all right? And it's really good if you practice it laying down, okay? So if you lay on your back, so my rib cage comes together, my rib cage, the bottom of my rib cage is here, and my sternum is here. So I put one hand with the upper knuckle right there, right against where my ribs and the sternum come together, all right? And then this may be more information than what you want, but my navel is here. So I put the other hand, so the upper part of the knuckle is right at the navel. So I have one hand here and one hand here, okay? When we breathe, we don't want the upper hand to move. We just want the lower hand to move. I'm going to stand up just to show, I'm going to kind of tilt a little bit so you can see me also. So when we breathe, we don't want the upper hand to move. We only want the lower hand to move. So imagine I'm laying on my back in bed, practicing my breathing, inhaling through the nose, belly expands, exhale through the mouth, the belly contracts. So it should look like this. Notice the lower hand moved and not the upper hand, all right? Most people, when you tell them to take a deep breath, they do what the Chinese call reverse breathing or upside down breathing. You'll sometimes hear it referred to. And so when they breathe in, they suck in the stomach and puff out their chest. And so it looks like this. This is the wrong way. See the difference? On the upside down breathing, the hand moved, right? In the proper way of breathing, only the lower hand moves, okay? So first thing you want to practice is laying on your back in bed and practice this lower hand is moving as you're inhaling and exhaling. I did have one of my students who would lay on her couch on her back and she put the remote right below her navel and would breathe in and out and watch the remote go up and down. That isn't really the Chinese way of doing it, but especially not the ancient Chinese way. But hey, if it works for you, go for it, right? Then the next thing, so once you get used to that and that becomes commonplace for you to do, laying on your back, then sit up and practice breathing like this, and then stand and practice breathing like this, okay? Once that becomes commonplace for you, then you want to add in the pelvic floor, okay? So as we, best way to describe the pelvic floor, it's between our sex organs and our anus, on the bottom part of our body. If you've ever had to, I'm not trying to be indiscreet, we're all adults here and we're trying to better our health, right? So if you've, for women, if you've ever practiced the Kegel or Kegel exercise, that's working the pelvic floor. For gentlemen, and this sometimes will apply for ladies also, or a lot of times it does. If you've been out somewhere and your body says, we need to have a bowel movement, and you're like, oh no, not right now, and you kind of tighten up, you're tightening up your pelvic floor when that happens, okay? And so that's the pelvic floor. And so when you breathe Chinese style, as you inhale, the belly expands and the pelvic floor relaxes. And as you exhale, the pelvic floor tightens as the stomach comes in, all right? You don't clench the pelvic floor, but you tighten and slightly raise the pelvic floor, okay? This is an incredibly healthy way to breathe because as you're moving that pelvic floor, you are strengthening your core, all right? This is one of the key ways in China in Eastern medicine that they tell you to strengthen the core. It's not about planking to them, it's about learning to breathe and use that pelvic floor as you breathe, okay? Because as that pelvic floor tightens, you have some lower abdominal muscles. Those muscles tighten, and you have a muscle that runs up. It's like intertwined in your spine. That muscle tightens also, and you can actually feel that muscle. If you want to, at some point, um, find out like where well, you know where your top of your hip bone is here. If you reach over to your spine, um, you feel like a little bump out on your spine. That's the spinal process. If you rest your thumb either side of that spinal process, if you clench the pelvic floor, you can feel that muscle move in the spine. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, yeah. Well, in Dr. Lam said the first, when they were first starting to do back surgeries, they would encounter that muscle because it's really thick and like a rope. And they would be like, it's like, oh, this is in our way. And they would cut that muscle and not realizing that they were actually not helping their patient. But you know, it was the very first time they were doing it. They were learning about it, and then they realized, oh, this is a muscle. We can't do this. Um, so then they had to work around that. But anyway, with that pelvic floor moving in and out, you start to strengthen your core. Okay. So let's practice breathing like this a little bit. Okay. So this will be our meditation. So if you want to put one hand here and one hand here to practice your breathing, that's okay. And if you, I'm going to start with just the breathing and having you concentrate on your belly moving, and then I'll add the pelvic floor. But if you don't feel like the belly is moving, just ignore the pelvic floor. And you know, once you get the belly breathing right, then you add in the pelvic floor. And I'll add one more point. If you are tense, it's really hard to do deep breathing, all right? Because as you stay tense, all of these muscles around the girdle all stay tense also. So it's really hard for the belly to expand when you have all kinds of tension. Once you learn to relax, then the belly can expand and you find you take a deeper breath, okay? This is a reason like when our body gets under stress, we start panting because when our body's under stress, it becomes tight. When it becomes tight, we start shallow breathing and not deep breathing. Okay? So, one hand just below the rib cage, top of the knuckle, right at where the sternum is. The lower hand is just below the navel. And I'm sitting up nice and straight and tall. I'm going to inhale and let that lower hand expand. And then exhale, and the lower hand contracts. Inhale, belly expands, lower hand moves out. Exhale, lower hand moves in, belly comes in. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, and the belly contracts. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, and the belly contracts. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, the belly contracts. Once again, big, deep belly breath in, belly is expanding. Long, slow breath out. Upper hand isn't moving, just the lower hand. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly contracts. Inhale, belly expands. Exhale, belly contracts. Inhale. And exhale. Now let's add the pelvic floor. Inhale, belly expands, pelvic floor relaxes. Exhale, belly contracts, slightly tighten. Don't clench, but tighten the pelvic floor. Inhale, belly expands, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, breathing out, belly contracts, tighten the pelvic floor. Inhale, expand the belly, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, belly contracts, and we tighten the pelvic floor. Inhale, expand and relax. Exhale, tighten, compress. Inhale, expand and relax. Exhale, belly comes in, tighten the pelvic floor. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, belly expands, relax the pelvic floor. Exhale, belly contracts, tighten the pelvic floor. Inhale, expand and relax. Exhale, compress and tighten. And go ahead and relax. How'd that feel? Having something to concentrate on usually helps you with the relaxation. If you really want to, teaching you to breathe correctly is one of the best things that I can actually teach you. Even with all of the Tai Chi and all of the balance, teaching the body to relax. In most cases, after doing breathing like this, tremors are gone. Dyskinesia, a lot of times, is gone after doing deep breathing like this. You concentrate on the breathing, concentrate on the belly expanding. And if you remember, Jagan asked me a question last week, how do I keep this going? I think I found something for him on this as I was reading over the weekend, because believe it or not, I read about Tai Chi too. But this is interesting. I mean, this gets more cerebral, but I know all of you folks are very cerebral. So this is actually from the Tao Jing Ting, I think it's pronounced. It was like a Taoist kind of manifesto, if you will. Come on, don't do that to me. When regulating breathing, it must be regulated until the regulating has ceased. When you train the spirit, you must train it until no spirit is necessary. This implies that at the end, all of the training and cultivation have become natural and no more training is necessary. When this happens, you are training always and everywhere. So the way I interpret that and kind of the interpretation that he gives here is when you are first learning something, you have to concentrate on it really hard. And you keep doing it in repetition. And as you get better at it, you no longer have to concentrate at it. And you keep practicing and you get to the point where you can do it mindlessly, that it happens naturally. And I often like to use the example when you first had to learn to write and you made the letter A, and it probably didn't look like the letter A really well, but mom and dad and the teacher told you how great it was. And it was 3 lines, right? Capital letter A. And you really had to concentrate and it took forever to make it, right? Now you can make the letter A while doing 3 or 4 other things, right? The letter A still remains the letter A, still needs those 3 lines. but you're more able to do it because you've been practicing that for a long time. And so if you want this, so I think that's Jagan's, I think that's the answer to Jagan is you keep practicing it till you no longer need to practice. Okay? All right. Mike's ready to go. Okay. Do you want to take your cane with you? Okay. No problem. No problem.